Hello, my name is Yasmina Samardzic Mashinovic, and I decided to do my project on real-time feedback in neuroimaging. What is neuroimaging? Simply put, neuroimaging is a non-invasive form of investigating the brain structure and functions. And there are different forms of neuroimaging such as position emission tomography, PET scans, computed tomography, X-rays and CTs, ultrasounds, electroencephalographies, EEGs, and magnetoencephalographies, MEGs. However, the magnetic resonance imaging (MRI) is the most versatile method for neuroimaging, capturing the full anatomy, neural activity, pathologies, and more. Now I'm going to get into the different types of neuroimaging and their functions. Magnetic resonance imaging technique is a technique that uses a magnetic field and computer-generated radio waves to create detailed images of the organs and tissues in the body. Position emission tomographies, or PET scans, show how organs and tissues are working. It's different from MRIs because it shows the structure of the blood flows to and from organs. Both scans can use a machine that look very similar to each other, however they are not. PET scans show the functions of the organs, while MRIs show the obstructions and the shapes and the blood flows. Electroencephalography, the image is on the right side. This scan measures the electrical activity in different parts of the brain and is recorded visually either on paper or an oscilloscope screen. This type of scan is most useful in diagnosing disorders like epilepsy and seizures. They have little tabs that stick to different parts of the head, and it records the electric activity that happens within the brain. So it comes out with lines on a paper. Magnetoencephalography scans are used to map the brain activity by recording magnetic fields produced by the neural electric currents in the brain, natural electric currents in the brain using something called magnetometers. There are two different types: superconducting quantum interference devices, or SQUIDs, and spine exchange relaxation free, or SURF. SQUIDs are currently being used for most of the studies and most of the scans, while SURFs, or spine exchange relaxation frees, are currently being studied to use in further researches and further machineries. The reason as to why I explained the different types of neuroimaging is because the use of real-time functioning MRIs becomes an essential part of real-time feedback. However, neuroimaging itself is the concept of tracking the functions, flows, and structures of the brain non-invasively in different methods. MRIs can capture a lot for us and allows us to see more than other methods. However, it can't show us the infrared levels of the brains, which can help us know whether a patient is having a stroke, has epilepsy, or traumatic brain injuries. And it can't show us the electrical activity or the blood flow that happens within the brain, such as PET scans and such as PET scans. Real-time feedbacking in neuroimaging. I watched a YouTube video by Professor Nicholas Weisskopf. He explains what real-time feedback is in neuroimaging, what it means, and how it's currently being used. Neurofeedback is a very new method at the prime age of only 15 years and is already being used in clinical trials. It mainly has to do with the speed of the scans. He mentions that regular MRIs would be delayed and that real-time feedback provides data as it's being recorded. So imagine electroencephalographies only in image form, recording the neural activity and the blood oxygen levels, bold signals. So here I found a chart or a graph during an IV infusion. These are the bold signals that happen within the brain, and these are different parts of the brain that are being recorded. So this is a graph showing the midbrain. This one's the hypothalamus, this one's anterior insula, and this is the amygdala. These two, I don't exactly know what they are. I'm still fairly new in learning the parts of the brain and figuring out the functions and everything, but I will figure that out hopefully soon. Neurofeedbacking has also been used to train the self-regulation or regulating of the bold response in different parts of the brain, just like the image in the previous slide, and to study the behavioral effects along with its relation in physiology. Personally, I believe the importance of real-time feedback lies in the fact that information is received almost immediately. This helps many doctors and neurosurgeons with quality assurance and fast functional localization, tracking the correlation between specific regions in the brain and their functions. I didn't know what functional localization meant, so I searched it up myself, and it's the correlation between specific regions, so such as frontal lobe. These are the correlations along with the other points. Why I was interested. I'm going to reference Grey's Anatomy for this one. Because of the show, my interest in neuroscience and neuropsychology has spiked through the roof. I know I shouldn't base my interest in the current world through or with a show where everything is dramatized and possibly fictional. However, the complexity of the neurological presentation in this show really had me thinking about my career in psychology. I have always wanted to finish school and get it over with, but without realizing, 2 years in, when I decided to transfer to Arizona State and move to Iowa, I lost a year of my credits and was essentially completing school blind. No one was telling me what to complete or how to complete it or how far I am within my schooling. They just told me what to apply for, what to enroll into, and that I should have a good time in school. But I was also naive during high school. Getting into college, no one taught me anything that I needed to know for my college recommendation, like requirements and what I need during my journey into college. No one told me that 2 years, no matter what, completing 2 years does not insure you in associates, that you're only insured in associates in community college, and that you don't get it completing 2 years in a 4-year schooling. I also was never interested in patient care and didn't think that I can handle or being interested in that kind of career because I'm a very emotional person, and listening to other people's stories and what they're going through could affect me deeply and negatively, so I didn't want to get into that. So I've been exploring my options vaguely until the show popped up and really got me into thinking how it could impact my field of interest. Learning about the technologies used to create readings on the brain would help anyone in this type of research and understand what it means when they look at an image or analysis of the brain. Also, learning from different perspectives, such as the scans, can teach me to create my own ideas, if everything works out and I go into research, to conduct my own experiments. Understanding more than one method can help a person utilize everything that they have to gain the information that they seek. How others could benefit from knowing about real-time feedbacking. Since it's a fairly new method and has already been used in a clinical trial, I can only assume that it's making its way into the world, and very quickly. Patients should also know that this option can help them regulate or take control of some behavioral effects, such as reaction time and emotional processing. And real-time feedback is highly reliable and assures the quality of the data collected, which should also assure patients that the results and tests don't get wasted or lost. Thank you for watching my presentation and taking the time to learn with me. These are my references, and have a great day.